If I said to somebody, ooh, my business makes 6 figures, they're like, ooh, what can you offer me? And it's like, well, no, let's talk, see where there's a connection, see where there's genuine potential collaboration opportunities, create opportunities for network, create icebreakers, create games. Yes, it might be a bit silly. Yes, people might feel awkward, but I guarantee you 99.9% will thank you for that, because it will enable people to speak to each other without feeling that initial hesitation that normally happens when you're like, do I interrupt this group of people talking? I'm standing here by myself. No one's coming to talk to me. Welcome to the Ngozi Cadmus show. I ain't going to say episode because sometimes we just don't know where we are. We just don't know where we are. But I think we're episode 34. Episode 34, maybe. Episode 34. I'm back on the podcast. I'm trying my best for you guys. Because of technical things, the episode 33 is going to come out later by the time you get this. So I'm trying to come through with everything. So I want to talk about networking. Came from a networking event, pretty good. Usually in most networking events, well, actually no, there's variations of a networking event. So a networking event, for those that don't know, is an event where you are there to meet new people, where you're there to connect with others, where you're there to make business connections, maybe meet investors, maybe meet your next co-founder, build, organic relationships, whatever they might be. So, and when you start a business or kind of anything that you're trying to do, networking is usually a key instrument in building customers and building pipelines and getting partners, all different types of things. But networking event, let me tell you for a fact, let me tell you the truth, I think a lot of networking events are BS. I'm going to say it. When I say BS, what am I really saying? What I mean is, I feel they're very pretentious. I feel like you literally just put adults in a room and you tell them to talk. I don't think it's effective and I don't think it's productive. I think networking events need to do a better job. Hosts need to do a better job in engaging people. We already understand there's different personality types. Some people are more introverted. Some people are extroverted. Look, I'm even extroverted. But I don't like networking events. I can't stand them. I'm not wired in that way to go from group to group. Now, let me be very honest with you. If it was a social event, purely social, yeah, you're going to see me chatting to very different people. Because I feel like when the social event, you're just there to interact. And there's no... The return on investment, there is no idea of a return on investment. You are just socially gathering, having fun. When you are networking, there is a desire to have a return on investment, whatever that is, whether it's to build a connection, to meet a new founder, to meet an investor, to whatever there is. You want to go there for something. When you go to a social event, other than with your own friends, you're there to just have fun. So you're also trying to go there to get something, but the stakes are lower. That's the point that I'm making. When the stakes are higher at a networking event, I feel like there's a bit more pressure. People are looking at each other. People are wondering, what do you have? What don't you have? Also, I don't know. Sometimes it's like you connect with somebody and you really connect and you just have an amazing connection. It just goes beyond what do you do? What do you do? Are you founder? Are you an investor? You really connect, and that connection to me is gold. And then sometimes it's just like, what do you do? Oh, you're a health tech and ed tech startup. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. There ain't nothing else to say. There ain't got nothing else to say, bruv. Nothing else to offer you, nothing else to say. I'm already thinking about when I meet somebody, who do I know? Who can I connect you with? I'm about a collaborator. I'm about a builder. So I think a lot of networking events make it very difficult because I always end up attracting the person that's very shy. And then we end up talking, having a conversation, and they say the same thing. They're in an uncomfortable environment and they just don't know how to utilize it. So I do think, yes, we are adults. The onus is on us as adults to make use of the room and environment we are in. But I think it is absolutely essential as a host of a networking event. If anyone sees this, please, the number one thing every networking host should do is create opportunities for networks. Don't just tell us to network. Create opportunities for network. create icebreakers, create games. Yes, it might be a bit silly. Yes, people might feel awkward, but I guarantee you 99.9% will thank you for that, because it will enable people to speak to each other without feeling that initial hesitation that normally happens when you're like, do I interrupt this group of people talking? I'm standing here by myself. No one's coming to talk to me. What do you do in those situations when you come into a room full of people? It's overwhelming. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of chatter. And you're like, what should I navigate and speak to? Why wouldn't it be good for the host to essentially maybe give everybody like a card? You have red, oranges, green, and yellow. Reds come together. Yellows come together. Green come together. Or do bingo, like find something about a person in bingo. You get to speak to lots of different people quite quickly. And then in that, you're like, oh, I need to speak to that person that mentioned this and that person that mentioned this. You make things equal. You create equality and you prevent cliques and groups from forming, because that's what tends to happen. And even if it doesn't happen purposely, it happens unconsciously because we social group as human beings. That's natural. But when I come into a group and I see a group of men, I'm like, oh, do I want to come in as the only female? Not because I'm scared or intimidated. I just don't know what you guys are talking about. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I want to enter that group. Same sometimes a group of females. I'm like, oh, do I want to join? And also, I know how it is. When you're in a group already and someone joins, you got to start all over again. Oh, what's your name? What's your name? And what's your name? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? It's highly frustrating, right? So look, but let me say how I think, let me do some encouragement, like keep going. I hate networking events, I still go. I go at least once a week. Now, I don't go actually once a week. I might be on 1 week, I might go 3. So it averages out once a week I go to a networking event. I hate them. I have a clock timer. I stay there for a couple of hours. If there's somebody I really want to see, I'll try and speak to that one person. So I think it's really important to just know what you're coming for. If you're coming to be inspired, just be inspired. And then anything else is an add-on. If you're coming to meet a particular person, you've seen them on the panel, you want to talk to them, talk to that one person. Get the balls to talk to that person. Like, energize yourself to talk to that one person. Have 1 or 2 goals for your networking event, not too much. You don't want to come in with lots of expectations because you might be disappointed. It's best to say, I want to talk to 3 new people, or I want to talk to 1 investor. I want to talk to a person in my vertical that can be a potential client or potential partner. I want to meet a co-founder. You have to have a objective, and the objective could just be, I want to come and meet new people. That's fine. But have a clear objective. Be flexible and adaptable with the objective, and be willing to reflect on the event. Be like, oh, okay, I didn't meet the objective. Why? Was it me? How did I come across? Was I like on the corner by myself? Like, what happened? Every networking event, I do analyze. Not always too long. Sometimes it's just like it is what it is. Sometimes it's just more. I didn't navigate the room. I didn't navigate the room enough. I don't always have the energy to navigate the room. Like I said, I do find networking events highly draining. So I'm very smart. Sometimes I just sit there with a book. Books open up, people put, oh, what are you reading? Sometimes I sit down, and normally someone that sits down, someone comes up to you. So sometimes I use it sometimes strategically. Sometimes I'm just tired. I'm just like, look, you know what? I'm just going to sit down and wait for the panel to start. And then maybe or maybe not, I'll speak to people. If you don't get to speak to people, especially the panel, always remember you can message on LinkedIn and say, oh, I saw you at this event, I wasn't able to speak to you. That sometimes is a way to open up. It's really weird. I found that sometimes, though it's always good to have face-to-face conversations with people, because of my personality, LinkedIn is actually sometimes better for me, because I meet you one-on-one, jump on a virtual chat, and you're like, oh, I love your personality. It's like, yeah, you're going to see this, I'm going to be like this much more than in a networking event, because networking event drain my energy. I don't know, we need to come up with a better network thing. I cannot stand the networking events, but I still go to them because they do return an investment. I do meet strategic people. And the most important thing, I'm there to support people and help people. And one of the things that's helped me right now in my business is because I've networked effectively, but I've built really solid connections and relationships. So I say I call to collect. I'm calling people saying, look, I need help. And they're like, I'm going to support you, whatever, because you've supported me. Even if it's just one thing I've done for them. When I go to an event today, I met somebody, and my friend, he mentioned school, and my friend has a charity. Hey, Corey. She has a charity with schools. I wish, hopefully I will have the name so I can talk about it next time properly. And as soon as he started speaking about his education tech, I'm going to think about her. He's already messaged me, and I'm going to message her and be like, this is a connection. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's to me how I connect and network. So I think maybe what it is, why I can't stand networking, I feel like most people are looking to take rather than give. I'm looking to give. So when I come to network, I'm actually looking to who can I support? What can I do? Can I come to your event and talk that? How can I support the ecosystem? Because if I support you, you're going to support me naturally. It's an inevitable exchange. But what I think is a lot of people are trying to suck the living daylights out of you. They're trying to suck you dry. And I feel that energy because I'm a discerning person. I'm a therapist. So I feel energy. I feel vibes, whatever you want to call it. I feel what people are trying to do, and it just puts me off. I feel the energy of take. Everybody wants to know, what do you have to offer me? If I said to somebody, ooh, my business makes 6 figures, they're like, ooh, what can you offer me? And it's like, well, no, let's talk, see where there's a connection, see where there's genuine potential collaboration opportunities, and how can I support you? Even if there isn't, you're now on my mind. I'm always thinking about who I can connect with who. But anyways, that's just me. It's going to be short and sweet one. A short and sweet one. But yeah, why I think networking events are rubbish, are sugar honey iced tea, are just like, it's just rubbish really. But I still go to them. So thank you. My name is Ngozi Cadmus. I'm your host of the Ngozi Cadmus show, and I shall see you in the next video. See you in the next video. Hey, oh. Ooh, what an amazing show. If I may say so myself. Well, thank you for listening to the Ngozi Cadmus show podcast. So, for all of you women of faith and all of you women who are listening week after week and resonate with what I'm talking about, feel lost, feel uncertain, know they're called for something greater, but they're currently stuck in what is comfortable. They're stuck in the familiar. And you honestly want to get out of that. You want to be all that God has created you to be. Sis, I got you covered. Yeah, I've got an amazing mentorship that I provide to women of faith like yourself to help them level up, essentially equip them with the skills that they need to fulfill their assignment on earth and to shift their mindset, have a complete metanoia, have a complete transformation. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, click the link on the website and follow the instructions, and I can't wait to see you in the community. So like, share, subscribe. That's YouTube. But for the podcast lovers, download it, share it, tweet it, review it, all of that good stuff, and I shall see you in the next podcast.